Chapter 41 Shrek's Glory Cannot Be Desecrated. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huiyuhao, are you okay? Xiao Xiao and Wang Dong were a little worried. Huiyuhao shook his head gently and smiled reluctantly. I'm fine. I'm just a level 17 soul master. What qualifications do I have to become a core disciple? That he looked very calm on the surface, but the darkness in his heart kept rising, especially Dai Huabin's provocative face, which deeply hurt his heart. He almost went berserk, but reason overwhelmed everything. Pick one to fight. Who can he beat? Ha! It's really ridiculous. The struggle of the team ultimately depends on the individual. What's the meaning of the team? Is it more important to select the best people to form a team than to have a more compatible team? Is this Shrek Academy? At this moment, he finally understood why the Huiyuhao team became the Wang Dong team. It turns out that all this was decided. Xiao Xiao and Wang Dong felt that Huiyuhao was different and felt a little uncomfortable. DouluoDalu continued, in view of the fact that some freshmen lack talent and ability in the freshman assessment, but have excellent performance, let them temporarily enjoy the treatment of core disciples until the end of this winter school year. If there is a breakthrough in the upgrade exam next year, the Academy will promote them to core disciples. Cui Yiji and Huang Chutian. Jiangbai. 6. They can't even enjoy the temporary treatment of core disciples. It seems that the Shrek high-level officials remembered what Huiyuhao did that day, especially the dean of Shrek Academy, Yan Xiaozhe, who is Ma Xiaodao's master. Huiyuhao instantly became cold. What a core disciple! Not even temporary treatment. Am I so unbearable in the eyes of Shrek Academy? Feeling the gazes from all directions, Huiyuhao suddenly felt that he and his mother were looked down upon by the servants in the White Tiger Duke's mansion and suffered humiliation. Dazzling and vicious, Huiyuhao buried the sadness and anger deep in his heart. Looking up, a hint of coldness appeared in his eyes. Director, can I make a request to the Academy? Of course. This is the Academy's decision to compensate him. Being able to get a promise from Shrek Academy is actually more important than the status of a core disciple. Of course, it depends on what the matter is. Huiyuhao raised his head, his eyes full of anger. My roommate was killed by the inner courtyard students. He is the apprentice of the dean of Shrek Academy. My request is that Shrek Academy give him a. Admit your mistake. Apologize. Jiangbai. It's not that you are desperate. DouluoDalu's heart skipped a beat. He didn't expect this kid to say this. He really didn't want to stay in Shrek Academy. There was no time to stop Huiyuhao. As soon as the voice fell, the whole audience was in an uproar. This news was only known to the people in Class 2, and the Academy had issued a gag order, otherwise they would be expelled. What's more, the Academy said that the man had family problems and had to take a leave of absence. But I didn't expect that it was a student from the inner courtyard who killed someone. He was also the apprentice of the dean of Shrek Academy. This melon is too big. I don't dare to eat it, and I don't know whether it is true or not. This melon can't be eaten casually. It was still Dai Huabin who reacted very quickly and scolded, you little freshman, how dare you slander Shrek Academy? My Shrek Academy has always been fair and just. It is the best academy in the entire continent. How can I allow a little freshman like you to slander? White Tiger, possess. Dai Huabin has been unhappy with Huiyuhao for a long time, a guy who relied on luck to get the championship. What face does he have to question Shrek Academy here? Get out. Jiangbai condensed an energy ball in his hand and directly knocked him out. If it weren't for the Academy, he would have wanted to kill for Huiyuhao to get some goodwill. Now you come out and speak. It's obvious, right? It is true that the spiritual pagoda built by Huiyuhao later and the Federation together blew up Shrek Academy. At this time, DouluoDalu instantly suppressed Huiyuhao and wanted to capture him. Director. Zhou directly protected Huiyuhao by her side. It is impossible to touch her students. Teacher Zhou, he has already insulted the reputation of the Academy and needs to be dealt with seriously. Zhou said tiredly, I will naturally educate my students. As for the matter of reputation, I don't want to say much. I will let Huiyuhao apologize. Zhou was helpless. You actually used a promise from Shrek Academy to do this. What else can you do? Teacher, I'm fine. Hui Yuhao walked out from behind Zhou Yi with a tough face. I want to know, what will Shrek Academy do? Douluo grabbed Hui Yuhao's neck without hesitation and left. As for what Hui Yuhao said, it was purely a rumor. If it was spread outside, he would be expelled. Jiang Bai was about to chase him when Zhou Yi caught him. What are you doing? They were all giving her a headache. I was just going to take a look. What are you looking at? Wang Dong, keep an eye on him. Don't make things worse at this time. Hui Yuhao is fine. Zhou Yi sighed. Maybe he was no longer eligible to be a core disciple, maybe he could only go to the Soul Guidance branch. At this time, Hui Yuhao was brought to the Sea God Pavilion in the inner courtyard by Du Weiluan and went straight to the room of the Dean Yan Xiaozhe. Dean. This is the Sea God Pavilion, the most core place in Shrek. It is also the place for the inner courtyard to practice. Hui Yuhao looked around curiously. Sea God Island, there is a majestic building with 6 floors, which is the most important place in Shrek Academy. The unknown secrets of Shrek Academy, such as the worship hall and library, exist here. At this time, Yan Xiaozhe looked at Du Weiluan and nodded, and let him leave. On behalf of Shrek Academy, I sincerely apologize to you. Yan Xiaozhe pointed at the girl in the room full of flames. She is my disciple, a student in the inner courtyard, and also the first genius in the academy in hundreds of years except Zhang Lishuan. She is the leader of the Shrek 7 Devils this year, and now her soul power is as high as Soul Emperor. Soul Emperor? Hui Yuhao opened his mouth slightly. Judging from her appearance, she is only in her 20s, but she has reached the Soul Emperor. Is this the senior in the inner courtyard? She is the descendant of Ma Hongjun, the evil fire phoenix among the first generation of Shrek's 7 devils. However, because of her martial soul, she often goes berserk. The last time she attacked was because of the burning of the evil fire, which caused her to lose consciousness. Now the evil fire is almost uncontrollable. It cannot be stimulated, otherwise she will really fall into the evil soul master and become a murderous demon. How about I apologize to you on her behalf? Yan Xiaozhe said word by word. Since the college gave him a promise, he had to do it. Otherwise, if this kid is allowed to make trouble, it will always be a hidden danger. The college cannot apologize publicly. It will damage the reputation of the first college on the continent. Can you understand? Chapter 42. Then go down and accompany your mother. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network. Yan Xiaozhe said earnestly. Can you understand? Now that he is a super Douluo, it is already a great honor for him to come and apologize in person. Otherwise, how could a one-ring soul master have time to see him? Hui Yuhao said lightly. I don't understand. In an instant, a huge pressure fell on Hui Yuhao. Tianmeng Ice Silkworm, who was awakened, just wanted to make a move, but felt that there were many auras around him, all of which were invincible to him. No way, Xiao Yuhao, you took advantage of my brother's sleep and quietly provoked something. If a fight breaks out, I can't save you at all. Realizing that this power had no malice, he continued to sleep. The academy has already investigated you. The son of the White Tiger Duke Dai Hao, formerly known as Dai Yuhao, whose martial soul mutated and awakened his spirit eyes. Being selected as a core disciple, he must be strictly examined by Shrek Academy. As the first academy on the continent, it can't find out Hui Yuhao's identity. How is it possible? What does the Shrek Procuratorate do? I don't want to bully the weak. You are from the Dai family, right? Come out. As Yan Xiaozhe called out, a tall man walked out from outside. Dean, do you have something to do with me? In the inner courtyard, Dai Yuheng is also a soul emperor. Yan Xiaozhe said lightly. This Dai Yuhao is from your White Tiger Duke's mansion. Seeing that Dai Yuheng was a little confused, he continued, Father is White Tiger Duke Dai Hao, Mother Hui Yuner. Dai Yuheng only then knew who it was. After all, Hui Yuner, as his father's personal maid since childhood, was also very prosperous before his mother entered the White Tiger Duke's mansion. Dai Yaoheng. So, he is also my brother. He knew that his father had many wives and concubines, but as the eldest son, he was not familiar with the people in the mansion. After all, in his eyes, only by practicing soul power can one reach the level of his ancestors' godhood. He lived up to everyone's expectations and became a member of the Shrek's 7 devils at a young age. Dai Yaoheng. Hui Yuhao's eyes were full of hatred, although he had never bullied them, but when he was young, he was bullied by the entire White Tiger Duke mansion, and hatred had penetrated into his heart. He had no good feelings for the surname Dai. What does the dean mean? He is the champion of this year's freshman assessment, but because his soul power is only level 17 now, and 1 ring is a 10-year soul ring, the academy discussed and temporarily did not put him in the core disciple sequence, but made an exception to allow him to enter the soul guide branch for further study. Before, Xiaodao's evil fire invaded his mind and made a mistake. As the dean, I apologized to him, but he didn't seem to understand the academy's good intentions. You also know Xiaodao's situation, so he will be handed over to you. After speaking, Yan Xiaozhe turned around and left. As the dean of the academy, time is precious. How can he have time to accompany a freshman who has just enrolled for a short time? Okay, dean, I understand. Dai Yuhan couldn't sit still because it was about Ma Xiaotao. Everyone in the inner courtyard knew that she liked Ma Xiaotao. Since the dean said so, Dai Yuhan looked down at him and said, "What do you want to explain?" Hui Yuhao said with a cold face, "Since she has her reasons, the academy is afraid that she will fall into the evil soul master, then I can understand. But for this matter, the academy will take it over. Is this still the #1 academy on the continent? That at this time, it is not only about his own honor, but also about the souls of his roommates and the so-called reputation of Shrek Academy. Is it just a superficial protection? Sheltering the disciples who have killed people, about to become an evil soul master. Isn't he an evil soul master now?" Dai Yuhan obviously understood what the dean meant. If the academy continues to put pressure on him, his reputation will be damaged if it explodes one day, and he, the eldest son of the White Tiger Duke, is qualified to educate his younger brother. The first college on the continent is what everyone aspires to be. Since you have become the first in the freshman assessment, no matter what means you used, it shows that you are quite smart. I don't want you to continue, otherwise you will have to drop out of school. I advise you to take care of yourself. If you insist on making trouble, I will report it to my father in a letter and ask him to take you back for education. That when it comes to that man, Hui Yuhao can't hold it anymore. It's because of him. He bewitched his mother. He made his mother fall in love with him. She couldn't forget him even before she died, but she didn't wait for the last look before she died. He will definitely make that man kneel down in front of his mother to repent. Hui Yuhao looked at him with hatred in his eyes. What qualifications do you have to educate me? What qualifications? Just because I am the eldest son of the White Tiger Duke, the future White Tiger Duke. You are a bastard. What qualifications do you have to disobey the orders of the head of the family? Point 2 yellow, 2 purple, 2 black, 6 ring soul emperor. This is the last notice. I advise you not to be ungrateful. Since you have come to Shrek Academy, stay here. Otherwise, Hui Yuhao's pupils shrank slightly, and the tremendous pressure was like a mountain pressing down on his heart. A cold sweat instantly rose on his back, as if he had fallen into an ice cave. Then go and accompany your mother. Because Hui Yuhao asked the academy to apologize publicly, it would damage the academy's reputation. As the vice president of the Soul Guidance Branch, DouluoDalu did not invite Hui Yuhao to become the core disciple of the Soul Guidance Branch as in the original novel. After all, Ma Xiaodao's talent is obvious to all and is highly valued by the elders of the Sea God Pavilion. If he uses a freshman with 1 ring to ruin the goodwill of the elders, it will not be worth the loss. Nowadays, Shrek Academy still has a lot of complaints about the Soul Guidance Branch. If it were not for the strong support of the head of the Sea God Pavilion, it would not have received too much resources. Their Soul Guidance Branch cannot develop at all. Because the development of soul guides is too resource-consuming, research is all about funding. Hui Yuhao didn't know that he missed the opportunity to become the core disciple of the Soul Guidance Branch in a fit of anger, but if he knew the reason, maybe that core disciple. He is now completely disappointed with Shrek Academy. What is the difference between this and the people in the White Tiger Duke's mansion who bullied the mother and son? Bullying the weak with the strong, bullying the small with the big? After coming out of the Sea God Pavilion, Hui Yuhao seemed to have become a different person. Hui Yuhao, who was not very sunny to begin with, suddenly became gloomy. However, he worked harder to cultivate his soul power. Now, except for a few words with Jiang Bai, he has become obscure after the class division. Hui Yuhao. Why are you always hiding from me? At this time, Xiao put her hands on her waist and looked unfriendly. Oh, it's Xiao. Hey, don't talk to me in this tone. Xiao felt very unhappy, so she touched Hui Yuhao's forehead directly. You don't have a fever either. Xiao. What are you doing? Hui Yuhao stepped back speechlessly. Doesn't this guy rely on Wang Dong all day long? However, Xiao still pretended not to see it and said, don't be depressed because of the status of a core disciple. I believe Yuhao will definitely become a core disciple. So he reached out and took out a leather bag. Well, I gave you my most precious thing. Chapter 43 Thick, Hard, and Black. You are listening at novelfull.audio. How about it, surprise? I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network. Point 2 Soul Bones, one is the first place in the freshman assessment, and the other is the soul bone that Zhou got by betting with other class teachers. As Wang Dong was from Haotian sect, his second soul ring was a 1,000-year soul ring, which he didn't care about at all. So he decided to give the left leg bone of the Kongming demon leopard to Xiao for fusion, and the other soul bone of the secret method soul to Hui Yuhao, but since that day, he has always been hiding from me. This kind of thing is not suitable to be said in public in the class. Hui Yuhao's face suddenly turned red, and he said incoherently, No, soul bones are so precious, how can I give them to him? Take it. Xiao stuffed it directly into his hand, and then turned around and left. Remember, this is the honor of the team, take it. Looking at Xiao's back, Hui Yuhao was a little moved. He remembered that Xiao was not a descendant of a big family, but he actually gave him such a precious soul bone. Although they were a team, the academy was attracted by the two of them, 2 soul bones. Isn't this obvious? At this moment, Hui Yuhao had already thought of Shrek Academy in the worst way. He had completely lost his good impression of this academy. Good stuff. Tianmeng ice silkworm suddenly rang in Hui Yuhao's mind. Brother Tianmeng, you're awake. Yes, this soul bone is good, you keep it, it will be of great use in the future. At this time, Hui Yuhao suddenly felt that the accumulated grievances wanted to vent, and his eyes were slightly red. Perhaps now, only Brother Tianmeng, who helped him wholeheartedly, was the best person for him. Tianmeng ice silkworm said angrily, Xiao Yuhao, don't be discouraged, I have your support. You actually question my soul ring, which is a 1,000,000-year-old soul beast. You should practice to level 20 quickly, and then those who look down on you will be slapped in the face. Okay, Brother Tianmeng, I believe in you, I will definitely upgrade to level 20. Now I must seize every opportunity to practice soul power. What if the academy really expel him at that time? Where will he go? Hui Yuhao came to the Soul Guide branch to report. Teacher Fan Yu. The sturdy teacher Fan Yu came to Hui Yuhao and patted him on the shoulder. Then I watched your freshman assessment finals, it was very exciting, you are very good. But the freshman assessment is just a small fight. Now soul guides are booming, and soul guides will basically be used in future competitions. Then you will know how powerful the soul masters who hold soul guides are. Fan Yu believes that as long as his level does not fall behind too much, he will be able to rank among the top with the combination of his first soul skill and soul guide. Brother Jiang Bai. At the same time, Hui Yuhao saw Jiang Bai and Kai Tu communicating together, and suddenly wondered why Brother Jiang Bai was here. Fan Yu explained. He also joined the Soul Guidance branch. Speaking of this, Fan Yu couldn't help but feel speechless. Jiang Bai proposed to join the Soul Guidance branch. As a master of martial arts, he must be assigned the status of a core disciple, but how could the martial soul department be willing? If the master martial arts soul doesn't practice soul power, what soul guide can he play with? People in the martial soul department always believe that to become the strongest, one can only use soul guides. The research and development of soul guides is only suitable for people with poor soul power cultivation qualifications. Wouldn't it be putting the cart before the horse to delay one's own practice? So the martial soul department would never let him go. If Jiangbai didn't insist on learning soul guides, they wouldn't let him come to such a place. Don't even think about being a core disciple of the soul guidance branch. Brother Jiangbai, it's very comfortable to meet a very familiar person in a strange place. At this time, Hikaitu was ready to show them the strength of a soul guide or spirit master. Metal continued to fly out of the storage belt and gathered on Hikaita's body. The next moment, 3 soul rings rose on Hikaita's body, 2 yellow and 1 purple. Then, the first soul ring on his body lit up. Then, Huiyuhao saw that Hikaitu had a yellow thing on his mouth that was as long as an adult's palm and about 2 centimeters in diameter. It looked like a kind of feces, but unlike feces, it was thick, hard and black. Hikaitu had feces in his mouth. Oh no, a cigar. He strode into the trial field. The next moment, the metal all over his body began to shine brightly with the changes in his muscles. At this moment, Hikaitu seemed to have turned into light. In the blink of an eye, countless rays of light burst out from his body. In the terrifying soul power fluctuations, the 12 huge metal balls in the trial field instantly turned into fragments in the air. Jiangbai was also somewhat shocked. When Hikaitu became a title Douluo, wouldn't his title be Gatling Douluo? Pure firepower coverage. This is really too terrifying. Especially Huiyuhao, he was even more shocked. He saw the spirit fusion skill of the nether white tiger. Soul master is not as powerful as the one in front of him. Is this a soul guide? Unfortunately, soul guides are driven by soul power. At present, it seems that the more powerful the soul master is equipped with soul guides, the more terrifying they will be. Therefore, soul power cultivation is also very important for our soul masters of the soul guidance system. Seeing the power of the soul guide, Huiyuhao instantly that I in particular, martial spirits with spiritual attributes are very handy at carving inscriptions. You can quickly get started with a few simple things, but this is a big headache for Jiangbai, so, you still need to learn to play the soul guide. The mood suddenly turned bad. He knew why the martial arts department looked down on the soul guidance branch. In addition to the need for a strong brain to play with soul tools, they were out of place in the eyes of this group of reckless men who only knew how to practice. The main reason should be that learning soul tools is a waste of time. If you have this time, you might as well practice more soul power. Fan Yu handed Huiyuhao over to Hikaitu. After all, he could teach him basic knowledge. In the evening, the two of them were on their way back. Huiyuhao was still immersed in the knowledge of soul guides, suddenly asked curiously, Brother Jiangbai, I think you seem to be interested in soul guidance tools, but you are not interested in learning soul guidance tools, right? Yes. Jiangbai didn't expect him to see it. However, Jiangbai could say that he wanted to understand the soul guide and see if he could make a communication device. It would be better if you can play games. Unfortunately, studying is too taxing on the brain, and he obviously doesn't have the brains. Seeing all kinds of inscriptions made my head grow bigger. It seems that this important matter can only be left to Huiyuhao. Jiangbai patted his shoulder and said earnestly, Yuhao, I see your efforts. It is their loss that the Wuhuan department did not list you as a core disciple. In the future, you will definitely be able to slap them in the face. Yuhao, I believe you. Huiyuhao felt a surge of warmth in his heart, and the suppressed grievances suddenly turned into heat and poured into his eyes. I didn't expect that Brother Jiangbai would value himself so much. Of course, with Brother Tianmeng, it would be unforgivable if he didn't take off. Shrek Academy, he will make them regret it after all. Chapter 44 I feel a little green on my head. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If you don't try to win favor now, when will you? No matter what, Huiyuhao is still just an 11-year-old boy who has lived with his mother in an environment where he has been bullied since he was a child. How could he not bear a grudge? When Jiangbai first read the original novel, he could not have imagined that Huiyuhao would eventually forgive Dai Hao. Changing from Huiyuhao to Dai Yuhao is really unacceptable. Seeing Jiangbai's trust in him, Huiyuhao couldn't help but shed tears. Brother Jiangbai. Since his mother's death, he hasn't felt the care of others for a long time. Jiangbai, I think I was a little too strong. Jiangbai couldn't help but say, men should stop crying. Although they feel wronged, only cowards will cry. If you want to be respected and not wronged, you can only rely on your ultimate strength. Hui Yuhao stopped crying. He was just a little wronged and vented it for a while. Brother Jiangbai, I'm just so touched, that as soon as Hui Yuhao finished speaking, the scepter of destruction in Jiangbai's mind surged wildly. A voice suddenly came into Jiangbai's mind, congratulations on completing the first test of destruction, the Sun of Luck has been subdued. The soul power has been increased by 5 levels, and the physical fitness has been increased by 500 years to carry the soul ring. Instantly, an extreme destructive force burst out from the scepter of destruction. Jiangbai felt like he was about to die, and every part of his body was in pain. This heart-wrenching feeling made him unable to even shout. Fuck. It hurts. It hurts so much. The god of destruction actually used this method to improve his physical fitness. Outrageous. Through the power of destruction, the whole body is destroyed and reorganized repeatedly, strengthened physical fitness. Brother Jiangbai, Hui Yuhao was a little puzzled. He seemed to see pain in Brother Jiangbai's eyes. I'm fine, Jiangbai exhaled a breath of hot air. Although his body was strengthened by the power of destruction, it came very quickly. It only took a blink of an eye to receive the power of the god of destruction. The things completed in the first test of destruction were only a moment's work. Jiangbai went directly from level 34 to level 39. The age of the 3 soul rings was directly increased by 500 years. The first soul ring alone was close to 1,000 years. The yellow soul ring color faintly emitted a purple halo. The cooling time of Jiangbai's first soul ring was greatly reduced, the power and healing amount of the second soul skill were significantly improved, and the increase and attenuation of the third soul skill were improved. The whole man was as strong as an ox, and it felt like he could kill 10 Hui Yuhaos with one punch. If he fought with Su Sancher in the awakened state of the divine beast again, he could kill him in seconds. Speaking of the first test of destruction, why hasn't the second test of destruction been completed? Could Hui Yuhao still have a chance to be with Wang Yu? He was like Wang Dong. If he wasn't too young, he would have directly locked Wang Dong in a small dark room. Shameless. Unfortunately, it's not possible now. I can only satisfy my desire. Jiangbai looked regretful, unless Tang Shenwang exerts his strength. Shamelessly forced his daughter to Hui Yuhao, who would let his daughter go to school disguised as a man and live with a man. Isn't this pure fishing? Now with his obstruction, it's impossible to catch fish, but think about how shameless Tang Shenwang is. It's not impossible to force the two of them to be together. Jiangbai looked at Hui Yuhao's figure and fell into thought. No, the schedule of running away must be put on the agenda. He secretly went to the far north with Hui Yuhao, and when he subdued the Ice Emperor, he would drag Hui Yuhao away. Shrek Academy or something? Get lost. Just when Jiangbai finished the first test of destruction. In the God Realm, Tang Shenwang looked at the God Realm core in his hand with deep eyes, and seemed a little sad. It seems that something went wrong. Resisting the urge to go to Douluo Continent. No, he couldn't do that. Gods cannot interfere with the lower world. This is the rule. Suddenly, a girl in a pink dress, with long hair in a long scorpion braid, a beautiful face showing a smile, took the arm of the God King Tang. Third brother. What's wrong? God King Tang said helplessly. It seems that something went wrong. Recently, a new star appeared in Douluo Continent. It was originally closely related to my Tang sect, but I don't know what happened. It seems to have deviated. I tried to see his fate clearly, but it was foggy. Xiao Wu said helplessly, so this is why you let Xiao Qi run to the lower world. God King Tang explained, I just want to train her. After all, children have to grow up. Of course, if Xiao Wu knew that the man she loved deeply in front of her split their daughter in half, I'm afraid she would be furious. Wang Donger plus Wang Qiuer equals Tang Wudong. What a pure and innocent God King Tang. At this moment, Tang San felt more and more uneasy. Although the Tang sect was in decline, it was the organization he founded himself after all. He hoped that the new star could bring the Tang sect back to its peak, but why is it drifting away now? Moreover, he seemed to feel a destructive force in the Douluo Continent. Is there also life force mixed in it? No, he asked his mother to absorb the life core of Douluo Continent and replace it to become the Douluo Continent. How can there be a higher level of life force than the life core? Goddess of life? Is it that the goddess of life stands with the god of destruction? Although the 5 great god kings of the god realm now jointly control the god realm, any decision needs to be elected by the 5 great god kings, but in fact, goodness and evil ran away to play and left the god king to the younger generation. The 3 of them together can't beat the current god of destruction election. Is this a world above strength? The god of destruction did not rely on his cultivation to directly seize the core of the god realm. He already knows the rules very well. He has only inherited the throne for a short time, and he can directly compare with the old god king's millions of years of practice. It's impossible to think about it. If it weren't for the goddess of life standing by him, how could he firmly control the core of the god realm? Thinking of this, King Tang couldn't help but smile. The goddess of life is still very righteous, but this matter is very important. No. I have to go to the goddess of life to test the wind. As for Douluo Continent, I'll send a ray of consciousness down and tell the Ming and Air Ming to check the situation. At the same time, outside the castle of destruction, Xiao Lu, that the god of destruction, was obviously very happy when he saw the goddess of life. After all, the castle of destruction was filled with huge destructive thoughts. These destructive thoughts all came from the destructive thoughts of various creatures in the lower world. This means that the destructive will born from it is endless, and only the god of destruction can absorb it and turn it into his own power. However, he usually lives in the house on the lake of life on the side of the goddess of life. Live with her. It's just that since the goddess of life opposed his expansion of the god realm and stood on Tang San's side, he and the goddess of life have a gap. It's been a long time since I went back. Could it be that Xiao Lu came to ask him to go back in person? The cold face of the god of destruction was obviously softened, and he looked at the goddess of life with deep affection. The goddess of life said gently, "What has Xiao Qi been doing recently? There are too many intentions of destruction. I'd better clean them up." Among the 5 great gods, only the god of evil and destruction has the most important duties. After all, the intentions of destruction and evil that are generated all the time in the lower world, if accumulated, will endanger the entire god realm, so it is not only used for cultivation, but also to stabilize the god realm. What's more, he has decided to hand over the position of the god of destruction and wander the universe with the goddess of life. When his plan is completed, there will be a god king who masters both destruction and life. If he is more motivated, he will comprehend the rules of creation. Maybe he will become an existence beyond the god king. What's the comparison with Tang San? God Shura, you handed over the core of the god realm to Tang San, which is the most wrong decision. Just when the god of destruction took the soft hand of the goddess of life, the face of the god of destruction gradually stiffened. He actually felt a breath of the god of the sea. Suddenly, I felt a little green on my head, although he believed that the goddess of life would not betray him. After all, how could the feelings of living together for tens of millions of years be broken by others? But I felt very uncomfortable in my heart. His face was livid and he said, "Did Tang San go to find you?" Brothers, give me a 5-star rating. My rating is too bad. If you have any suggestions, you can also give me some. I will read the comments and reply. Okay. Godfathers. 5-star rating. Chapter 45 Tang San, wait for your death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The goddess of life didn't want to lie to him and said honestly, "Yes, Poseidon is asking me why Douluo Continent has your breath." That the god of destruction's face turned dark and he said, "So are you here to question me?" That the goddess of life was very helpless. He didn't even know why the god of destruction couldn't stand the Poseidon so much. She feels that today's Poseidon is smarter than the previous generation Poseidon and Shura god. He is a man of great wisdom. Xiao Qi, I don't have it. Don't be so prejudiced against Poseidon. I know you are dissatisfied with the 2 god kings handing over the god realm to Poseidon, but with your character and the influence of your will to destroy, controlling the god realm is definitely not a good thing. And if it were me, I'd do the same thing. Hearing the soft voice of the goddess of life, the god of destruction's face turned darker. There is nothing more heart-wrenching than having your own woman stand by you, the danger Poseidon spoke of. He roamed the universe for thousands of years, and finally created and controlled the divine world with the first-generation gods. What big danger could there be? Gathering the power of the entire God realm, the God of destruction does not believe that even great danger cannot stop it. What's more, he is an immortal existence in the universe. At worst, he can unleash the power of creation together with the goddess of life. He was also willing to do so. A pair of blood-red eyes under the cloak instantly became sharp, staring at her coldly. The power of destruction burst out uncontrollably, shattering the world wherever it went. The goddess of life walked up without any concern at all. The lingering power of destruction destroyed and reorganized, and life and death were destroyed, leaned directly on him. Xiao Qi, don't do anything stupid. The god of destruction was silent for a moment, and said in his unique low voice, he was the one who targeted me first. The god realm needs to expand, otherwise the geniuses of countless planets will eventually lose sight of their own hope and turn into a cup of less. World crisis. You and I are both the original beings of the God realm, but why is there no difference? Not to mention why he broke the rules and brought a group of people up when he entered the God realm. Do you think that just because of his brothers, other gods besides the god of cookery didn't let them in just for the sake of the god of Shura and the god of the sea, that the goddess of life hugged his waist? Okay, now that things have happened, the other two god kings have no objections. It is natural for people to inherit the sea god and the Azura god and bring their family members into the god world. God of destruction, I have an opinion. Great opinions. Let me ask you one last question. Have you broken the rules of the divine realm, interfered with the lower realm, and put a sense of destruction in the lower realm, that the god of destruction looked into his eyes and couldn't help but frown in his heart? Are you still helping Poseidon even now? So who is he? A clown. Now he suddenly felt like rushing in and tearing Poseidon to pieces. Although the opponent's qualifications are true, he can't beat him now, while you haven't grown up yet. Otherwise, there was a hint of ferocity in his eyes. Then he took it back. He let go of the goddess of life and said calmly, no, goddess of life, no. Poseidon said that this consciousness of destruction not only contains your breath, but also my breath. The god of destruction narrowed his eyes and said, he said that the lower world has our breath. Doesn't it mean that he also interfered with the lower world and broke the rules? Poseidon controls the center of the god realm and is qualified to monitor the lower realm. Forget it, you should take out the seed of life and show it to me. You don't believe me, that the god of destruction was completely angry, Poseidon said. Poseidon said. Why don't you go with Poseidon? It really makes me sick, doesn't it? The god of destruction has never felt so tired, and he also knows that his will to destroy is paranoid, but it's not just because of you that good and evil complement each other. As long as you pay attention, I can listen to you. Why does Poseidon say that every day? Rich destructive power spurted out. The god of destruction has never been so angry. At this moment, I really wanted to kill Poseidon directly, get rid of him completely, and there will be no more worries, because he is a veteran god king, one of the 5 founders of the god realm, and he doesn't care about rights at all. Now he just wants to make this divine world that he has guarded for millions of years glorious again. There are many geniuses in the lower realm who are qualified to become gods, but the god realm cannot hold them now, no matter how hard you try, as long as God doesn't like you, you won't be able to enter the divine realm. Even if you create your own godhood, I am afraid that it will be difficult for the god realm to accept it now. What's more, not all gods want to pass on their divine status and then wander around the universe. Why did Poseidon stop him? Why does Xiaolu support him too? At this time, the will to destroy was overwhelming and filled the entire sky. It was as if the entire divine world had entered a world that was about to be destroyed. All the gods in the divine world became uneasy. Even if the god of destruction absorbs the power of destruction and practices, he will have a bad temper. On the contrary, the god of destruction is the most emotionally stable in the entire god realm. He is constantly fighting against the will of destruction, and his whole person is very calm. Act impartially. God Shura will still be selfish sometimes, but the god of destruction enforces the law completely impartially, not to mention that his wife is the goddess of life, so the gods in the entire divine world respect him very much. The god of destruction has never been angry. What happened today? A bad thought suddenly came into the minds of the gods. The new god of goodness and evil at this time turned pale, and they didn't know what to do. how long have they been in the God realm? How could they have the true strength of the God King? What's more annoying is that the previous God of goodness and God of evil did not leave the super artifact. What can they use to fight against the God of destruction? Won't they be beaten? At this moment, many sleeping ancient gods also woke up. Looking at the will of destruction above the sky, he was still frightened. Xiao Qi, hearing the call of the goddess of life, the god of destruction calmed down directly, and the consciousness of destruction that filled the sky disappeared in the blink of an eye. The rain was over and the sky was clear, as if it had never appeared. Then the big hand under the cloak waved, a seed of life flew in front of the goddess of life. Seeing the seed of life, the goddess of life was relieved. Great. It seems that Xiao Qi did not act arbitrarily. Xiao Qi, I'm sorry. No need to say more. The god of destruction left here directly and walked into the depths of the castle of destruction. He was afraid that his self-restraint would burst out. It would only be a disaster for the god realm at that time. Looking at Xiao Qi who was leaving, the goddess of life sighed deeply, hoping that he could calm down and not do anything stupid, otherwise, the entire god realm would be in disaster. The castle of destruction condensed the will of destruction of each planet in the universe, and even she could hardly enter. She had to turn around and leave, returning to the lake of life, but she thought about it halfway and needed to discuss it with the sea god, so she turned around and walked towards the direction of the sea god temple. She wanted to reassure the sea god that as the same god king in the god realm, the relationship could not deteriorate like this. She knew Xiao Qi's character, and he was very stubborn. No matter how much she said, he would not listen. Otherwise, he would not be the god of destruction. Just let the sea god suffer a little, and for her own sake, ask him to be soft to Xiao Qi. Just think of it as a favor owed to the sea god. Chapter 46. I admit I was a bit of a beast tonight. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The time after that was boring and full of study. Hui Yuhao went back and forth between the Wuhuan department and the Soul Guidance department. He was like a cow and horse on standby 24 hours a day, never stopping for a moment. However, Hui Yuhao was also on the blacklist of the Shrek Academy's top management. Qian Duo of the Soul Guidance department also had some doubts about Hui Yuhao, so he was not included in the so-called extreme single soldier plan. After all, this kid's attitude towards Shrek Academy is not loyal now. What if the resources are tilted to raise a white-eyed wolf? So Qian Duo asked Fan Yu to directly treat Hui Yuhao as an auxiliary pendant for He Kai Tu, and the position of the monitor of the Wuhuan Department Class 1 naturally belongs to Jiang Bai. After all, he defeated the Soul Master in the awakened state of the Divine Beast, Su Sancher. Even Dai Huabin himself believed that even if he and Zhu Lu's Wuhuan fusion skills could not beat him. But Jiang Bai directly gave the position of deputy monitor to Wang Dong. Wang Dong did it when there was something to do, and did nothing when there was nothing to do. Ahem. When he had nothing to do, Jiang Bai sneaked into the Soul Guidance branch and played with Soul Guides. He did not do nothing, but raised a series of wild topics, for example, communication equipment, drones and the like. These can all be achieved through Soul Guides. Unfortunately, there are few teachers of Soul Guides in Shrek Academy, except Fan Yu. Even Qian Duo, the vice president of the Soul Guidance branch, is not as good as Fan Yu in Soul Guides. Jiang Bai can only think about it. At this moment, he really wants a system, nowadays, where Soul Guides are the mainstream, and basically no one studies civilian Soul Guides. What's more, the Soul Guidance Academy of Shrek Academy was developed later, and it is already very difficult to have a focus. No, I still have to run away and go to Mingda Hall. Recently, Hui Yuhao has no time to sell grilled fish. If it weren't for Jiang Bai's funding, he would probably have to eat dirt. Now he is eager to learn about Soul Guides. He feels that he can make great progress in Soul Guides. Wang Dong was a lazy man. He just wanted to surpass Jiang Bai and beat him up, but now he has calmed down. He curled up in Jiang Bai's arms every day, enjoying the practice of hanging up. His soul power was rising. It was so delicious. In a blink of an eye, time flew by, and 8 months had passed. Their first year of study was coming to an end, and they were about to enter the holiday, and it was during this holiday that Hui Yuhao's cheat was updated again. Moreover, it was the day when Jiang Bai had to run away with Hui Yuhao. At night, after simply packing up his luggage. Why did you pack so cleanly? Wang Dong asked curiously. Jiang Bai, of course I want to run away. but he wouldn't say that. Come on, the last bath. Jiangbai threw the stripped Wang Dong into the bucket. He sat on her body without any hesitation. He wanted to give Wang Dong an unforgettable memory. Now, the second test of destruction can be completed. I just hope that the God King Tang won't come to fuck him, this time. He is really a beast. I'm sorry, Wang Dong, I will be responsible for you. At this moment, Wang Dong is still enjoying the kneading. Such scenes are no longer strange and very familiar. Anyway, she can't resist, so she simply doesn't resist. Can he still eat me? Just as this thought came up, the next moment, Wang Dong's pupils shrank slightly, and he moaned, feeling the heat of the buttocks, furious. Get out. Bastard! The next moment, Wang Dong's body burst into a blue light. Fortunately, Jiangbai kept his expression tense at all times, and found something wrong at the first time, and ran away directly from Wang Dong's body. Otherwise, it would be awesome. Jiangbai's face turned black as he watched the blue light gradually disappear. What a vicious restriction. It seems that he can't be a beast tonight. At this time, Wang Dong curled up his snow-white and slender legs, his eyes full of anger. Then he quickly rolled up the towel and ran into the bed, his face flushed as he buried himself. This bastard. Pervert. He actually wanted that. Impossible. That? Can I say I didn't mean it? Wang Dong covered his ears and didn't want to listen to his nonsense at all. He was lying. It was like that, or was it an accident? Her butt still hurts now. This is a shameless bastard. This shameless pervert, can't he wait until he grows up? No, why should he give it to him when he wants to grow up? So his face became even redder, and his legs curled up and rubbed involuntarily, shamefully and angrily. Get out. Okay. I'll get out. Jiangbai knew that the second test of destruction seemed a bit difficult. Since Wang Dong was having a hard time here, then he would go to be a spiritual guide for Hui Yuhao. At this moment in another room, looking at the second-level soul guide medal in his hand, he was obviously very excited. His efforts were not in vain. Even Teacher Fan Yu said that when he comes back from the holiday, he will be able to report to the academy and promote him to a core disciple. Hui Yuhao was full of energy at this moment. Jiangbai looked at Hui Yuhao, who was excited, and a black line rose on his forehead. Why are you so excited to see me? I came to tell you that I will run away next semester. Transfer to another school. What? Brother Jiangbai is transferring to another school. Hush, Jiangbai said, please keep your voice down. If Shrek Academy finds out, can you still run away? Hui Yuhao was shocked. Why? Brother Jiangbai, you are a core disciple. At this moment, Jiangbai was filled with emotions, and his whole person seemed to be emitting a sacred light. He said like a savior. In terms of martial arts, I think it's easy to become a titled Douluo. I can achieve it by becoming the strongest person in the mainland. So it wasn't my dream at all. My dream is to create a civilian soul guidance device that ordinary people can use. Hui Yuhao was stunned. Brother Jiangbai could fall asleep while reading books about soul guidance devices. How could he still have this dream? Hui Yuhao, Shrek Academy is one of the best in mainland China in terms of martial arts, but the #1 academy in the soul guidance department is the Sun Moon Royal Soul Tutor Academy in the Sun Moon Empire. In the countries of Douluo Continent, it is believed that the more powerful the soul guide is, the more powerful the soul master is needed to control it. And they are dedicated to a variety of soul guides. Just like a civilian soul guide. Nowadays, all forces are studying war, and I want to develop civilian soul guidance devices to benefit the entire human race. Hui Yuhao asked curiously, but as Brother Jiangbai started, why did he see Jiangbai sleeping all day long? Hui Yuhao was really envious of his ability to automatically fail in cultivation. Jiangbai, shouldn't you say come with me? Jiangbai said, ahem, I want to take you with me to the Sun and Moon continent. Hui Yuhao. Suddenly, Hui Yuhao felt a little confused, but Teacher Fan Yu said that I can be promoted to a core disciple of the Soul Guidance branch next semester. However, Jiangbai said, no matter how talented you are in soul guidance, how can you enter the inner courtyard without the pouring of Shrek's resources? If there is a 9th level soul master there, I think your talent will definitely be taken seriously, and you may be able to become the disciple of a 9th-level soul master named Douluo. You better think about it. After that, Jiang Bai lay on the bed and fell asleep directly. Hui Yuhao is left empty. He admitted that he was upset. Can he really get resources by staying at Shrek Academy? Now that Dai Yueheng knows his identity, will he target him? Maybe, he can really go to the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy. Chapter 47. I hope that God King Tang can have some conscience. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next morning, I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network. Wang Dong looked at Jiang Bai with a bad face. Didn't he give an explanation for what happened last night? Taking advantage for nothing? Bastard! What's wrong with you? Jiang Bai looked at her innocently. What's wrong? Wang Dong knew that this guy would take advantage, but he didn't say anything, damn it. So he ruthlessly threw a card to Jiang Bai, which stored 100,000 gold soul coins. With the guarantee of Shrek's reputation, this gold soul card can be used anywhere on the mainland. Here, give it to you. He threw it to him without blinking. Jiang Bai said uncertainly, am I being kept by a rich woman? Wang Dong, just take it as it is, you are not allowed to spend other women's money. Why do you, a man, always spend women's money? Don't think she doesn't know that Jiang Bai is always with Jiang Nan. This girl hasn't grown up yet, how can she be as beautiful as me? What's more, I'm much richer than her. Jiang Bai put it directly into his pocket without any hesitation. Just think of it as the money he gave her to practice this semester. If it were someone else, he would not be willing. Okay, I will obey the words of the rich sponsor. But she probably doesn't know that he is about to run away. What a good person. When he returns from the holiday and finds that he didn't come to school, he will probably explode. Unfortunately, he can't see it. I want to eat barbecue. Jiang Bai was confused by Wang Dong's sudden words. If he has money, shouldn't he go to eat something good? Why must he eat his barbecue? Jiang Bai felt that his barbecue could only deceive the stupid Ruisho. My grilled meat is not tasty, why not let Hui Yuhao grill fish? His grilled fish is also a must. Wang Dong said with a bad face, no, you belong to me today, just the two of us. Don't call anyone else. As for what happened last night, she automatically put it behind her. At night and during the day, two faces. Okay, since the rich lady has spoken, I will feed you so much today that you can't walk. Even if you can't walk, you have to carry me back. At this time, the old man on the eaves of the dormitory door opened his eyes slightly and looked at the two people with satisfaction. I shouldn't have made a mistake, it's just that I always feel something is wrong. Looking at the two people going away, I can't help but sigh. I don't know how many women said that to me at the beginning. I fed them every time, but it's a pity that it's all over. In the class, teachers Wang Yan and Zhou Yi talked about the precautions for this holiday. Students, it's vacation time from now on. I hope you won't fall behind in your practice even during the vacation, because you will face the upgrade assessment when you come back. If you fail the upgrade assessment, the academy will persuade you to leave. The minimum assessment is the second ring. If you don't reach level 20 at the beginning of the school, you don't have to come. Please pay attention to this. There is another thing, that is, your personal assessment will also affect the class score. I guess some people don't want to be remembered by the whole class. Okay, let's go. As soon as Wang Yan said this, the whole class cheered. Even if Zhou Yi was there, he couldn't care. Everyone felt like going home during the holidays. Who doesn't want to go home to see their relatives? Of course, except for those who don't have relatives. Jiang Bai, nothing to say. Hui Yuhao, silent. As for the promotion assessment, I have been in the academy for almost a year, how could I not know? Now the whole class, except Hui Yuhao, is basically the second ring, so the students are not worried. Of course, Hui Yuhao is not worried either, he has already decided that he will run away with brother Jiang Bai. Although he has a cheat like brother Tianmeng, the first soul ring is 1,000,000 years. But he can't avoid his own weakness, the speed of cultivating soul power is too slow. You should know that in the original work, Hui Yuhao and Wang Dong had a hard time cultivating the power of Haodong. Soul power has always been at the bottom. Chun Chun relies on the soul skills and cheats to stand out, not to mention that there is no power of Haodong now. Soul power has been greatly reduced. If you lose brother Jiang Bai, there will be no resources from the core disciples of Shrek Academy. Gua's cheat will be wasted, so going with brother Jiang Bai is actually to take advantage of his automatic cultivation cheat. He also asked brother Tianmeng, and Tianmeng Ice Silkworm said it didn't matter, anywhere is fine. Anyway, as long as Hui Yuhao improves his soul power, it's done, and he has taken care of other soul rings and martial souls. So he agreed to gather in a small town and go to the Sun and Moon Empire together. After he found the second ring, he packed his luggage and set off. On the journey to the far north, Ice Emperor, danger. At this time, the students left Shrek Academy one after another, and Jiang Bai and Wang Dong walked around the Sea God Lake. They walked aimlessly around the Sea God Lake. I'm leaving. Watch me walk. Wang Dong turned his head and said to Jiang Bai, let's go. Jiang Bai put his hands in his pockets. Asshole. Wang Dong got angry when he saw him like this. Don't you have anything to say to me? Jiang Bai said uncertainly. Well, let's go. All of a sudden, Wang Dong was almost mad. The sadness of parting was diluted directly. You are a big bastard. Wang Dong warned. Don't let me see you hooking up with Jiang Nan Nan, otherwise don't blame me for being rude. Jiang Bai joked. She is so beautiful, why not? And she is very interested in me. In fact, if Jiang Nan Nan had not been ruined by Su Sancher, she would be a very good girl. Wang Dong was obviously a little panicked. You are still young. How can you settle down for the rest of your life? Jiang Bai said indifferently. What's wrong with that? It's just a relationship, not a lifetime. If it's not suitable, break up and change another one. Bah, you scumbag. Wang Dong sneered at Jiang Bai's scumbag behavior. Who made me like beautiful girls? Is your mind shit yellow? Wang Dong was speechless. Big pervert. Hey, I'm a good person, why can't you see how good I am to you? Jiang Bai stretched out his arms and wanted to hug her in his arms. Wang Dong curled his lips. A big scum who only takes advantage. It's not too much to be struck by lightning, but he still ran in and hugged him obediently. Wang Dong. Huh. Watch out for Haotian sect, watch out for your parents. He had already told Gu Yuna what was in the auspicious beast's mind. Be prepared early. The auspicious beast has a golden dragon spear and a trace of golden dragon blood. Tang Wudong's bright dragon god butterfly and golden dragon spear, weren't they obtained by God King Tang by forced means? Let Wang Dong and the auspicious beast merge into Tang Wudong, now with the silver dragon king. Although her injuries are very serious now. Haven't you seen that a single golden dragon king can make the entire god realm helpless and can only be sealed up? Even in the legend of the god realm, it is said that God King Tang sealed the golden dragon king in Tang Wulian's body by extracting blood. I just hope that Wang Dong is Tang Wudong instead of a part of Tang Wudong. What he fears most is that God King Tang will find out that his plan has been broken, forcibly erase Wang Dong's memory and replace him with Tang Wudong. At this moment, Jiang Bai was actually a little worried about Wang Dong. In his eyes, Wang Dong and Tang Wudong were not the same person at all. Wang Dong was delighted that he actually cared about him. But it's okay, Daddy and Second Daddy will definitely be able to protect him. They can solve the restrictions in his body and the restrictions in his sea of consciousness. If it was really her parents who did it, she would not admit it. She doesn't need it. What father, is he worthy? Just go to hell. Chapter 48 Licking Dog Tianmeng, Can't Bear to Watch. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, Hui Yuhao went north, while Jiang Bai returned to the Xingdou Great Forest again. Because he is now level 50, it is time to contract the 5th soul ring. And Hui Yuhao went to find his 2nd soul ring. Hui Yuhao asked curiously, Brother Tianmeng, where are we going? The far north. Since you are planning to run away, take your time and don't rush, so as to avoid any accidents. Tianmeng Ice Silkworm smiled and said, Wait Yuhao, you are taking off this time. Taiwan Novel Network. The Shrek Academy doesn't like you, so just wait for a slap in the face. Bing bing, my bing bing, do you miss me? Tianmeng Ice Silkworm was very happy at this time. In the blink of an eye, 5 days passed, and Huiyuhao, who was naked, wore the remains of Tianmeng Ice Silkworm. The remains of a million-year-old soul beast are simply used to keep warm. Feeling this very familiar ice and snow, Tianmeng Ice Silkworm sighed for the first time in a long time. Xiao Yuhao, I will let you have an ultimate ice martial soul soon and become a true genius. Completely slapped Shrek Academy in the face, that the soul of Tianmeng Ice Silkworm lay on top of Huiyuhao's head, emitting a golden light that dispelled the cold. This warmth immediately made Huiyuhao feel unusually stimulated. He couldn't help but moan and almost shed tears. The next moment, he used his own life breath to seduce the Ice Blue Emperor Scorpion. Seeing the Ice Blue Emperor Scorpion coming over with the smell, Tianmeng Ice Silkworm was instantly excited. Bing Bing, I came here naturally because I want to be with you forever. Dear Bing Bing, this extreme tenderness instantly made Huiyuhao feel goosebumps all over his body. Tianmeng, you dare to appear in front of this emperor, you are looking for death. The clear voice of the Ice Emperor resounded in all directions, and murderous intent emerged. The emerald green sky turned into dark green. However, the next moment, she felt herself trapped in a sea of spiritual power. What is she doing? Falling into a trap. Tianmeng, you are looking for death. The face of the Ice Emperor turned cold instantly. I wish to kill him and devour the origin. My dear, even if I die, I will die with you. Of course, we will be together forever soon. The Ice Silkworm of Tianmeng condensed its soul body state on Huiyuhao's head, looking at the Ice Emperor with deep affection, almost drooling. The Ice Emperor sneered, we are natural enemies. Of course, if you are willing to treat yourself as food and merge with this emperor, then this emperor can barely accept it. Don't worry, I will turn you into a part of my body little by little. The Ice Silkworm of Tianmeng spread his hands and said, there is no way. Now I have become a spiritual body and the power of the origin is gone. What? The Ice Emperor was a little unbelievable. Impossible. Can't this fellow resist the heavenly tribulation even with a cultivation of 1,000,000 years? Then why didn't he fulfill her wish when he said he loved her? Don't worry, dear, we can be together forever in just a moment. You don't know that every time I fall asleep, you are in my dreams. Tianmeng Ice Silkworm said affectionately. Dear, we can be together forever after all. Never separate. The next moment, endless spiritual power emerged, and Bingdi was deeply trapped in it like an ocean. Tianmeng, you are looking for death. You dare to use your spiritual power like this. No matter how hard you try, you are just a waste with a cultivation of 1,000,000 years. How long can you trap me? 1 second or 2 seconds. Bingdi looked at her with contempt. When she broke free, it would be his death. Tianmeng Ice Silkworm said, 3 seconds is enough. Just when Bingdi was about to release all her strength, she felt her whole body tighten the next moment, and her body lost the ability to move. An extremely powerful binding force directly suppressed her. Impossible, how can a piece of trash like you have such power? Bingdi was not convinced. In her eyes, this dead bug was her food, he was destined to be eaten by her. In the air, Bingdi's body disappeared. Huiyuhao only felt that his whole body was mired in coldness, as if something was growing on his body. Xiao Yuhao, we are done, let's run. His people are coming soon. Huiyuhao was still confused. Didn't they come to help him find the soul ring? Why did they come to find his lover? Then the anger of being deceived that had just risen turned into strangeness. The 1,000,000-year-old Tianmeng Ice Silkworm, a 400,000-year-old soul beast, the Ice Jade Emperor Scorpion, how many strange things must live in his body. Seeing the monster behind him, Huiyuhao ran away. If he didn't run, he would become someone else's food. Afterwards, after being persuaded and licked hard by brother Tianmeng, Bingdi finally felt comfortable after being licked by him, but she didn't like Tianmeng's licking dog after all. Maybe Tianmeng Ice Silkworm gave her all the original power to overcome the tribulation, and she still disliked that you could squeeze out less original power. After being influenced by Jiang Bai, Huiyuhao also knew that licking dogs would not end well. he saw the scene where the licking dog senior Su Sancher and the school beauty Jiang Nan turned around and admired brother Jiang Bai. Miserable, too miserable. At that time, he couldn't help but feel sorry for Su Sancher. The woman he licked fell in love with someone else, but he was dismissive of her. Not to mention Hui Yuhao's strong learning ability, just looking at the licking of Tianmeng brother. He couldn't bear to look directly. Although Tianmeng Ice Silkworm told Bingdi about the great plan of creating gods. But in Bingdi's eyes, gods don't matter. She survived the catastrophe to pursue being with Xueti. Not with this food. Seeing that Bingdi was still reluctant, Tianmeng Ice Silkworm licked harder. Unlike Tianmeng Ice Silkworm, Jiang Bai was enjoying a wonderful afternoon tea at this moment. He was not in a hurry to return to the Xingdou Great Forest. Instead, he was on vacation with the recognized school beauty of Shrek Academy. Who would be in a hurry with a beautiful woman by your side? At this time, Jiang Nan, wearing a swimsuit, showed off her slender figure. Her skin was whiter than snow, and she was so beautiful. A pair of beautiful and slender white legs were completely exposed to his eyes. Jiang Bai touched the big white legs, but she didn't resist at all, but found it interesting. A different feeling rose in her heart. On the other side, Su Sancher, who was waiting at the place where Jiang Nan was going home, found that he had never seen Jiang Nan, so on the way back, he saw Jiang Nan wearing revealing clothes, only covering her chest and valley. She was so intimate with Jiang Bai. They were affectionate with each other, and the big hands kept wandering on her body. Jiang Nan's face did not show any unhappy expression, and Su Sancher almost felt like he was going to explode. Master, how to do it? How to do it? Force it. Jiang Nan couldn't help but feel like she was crazy, and actually fell in love with a child younger than herself. It's a bit ridiculous to think about it. The little kid just likes to pretend to be an adult. Sister Nan, you can't tell whether I'm big or not just by looking at me. Chapter 50. Everyone is stupid. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next morning, I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network. Jiang Nan woke up from her daze, and the sun shone through the curtains, illuminating the entire room. Seeing that she was being held by someone, she subconsciously screamed and wanted to push him away. Then she felt that her legs seemed to no longer belong to her, and they became soft and unable to move. Then she recalled what happened last night, and her face couldn't help but get hot. For a while, turning her head to look at Jiang Bai's somewhat immature cheeks, she suddenly felt as if she was the one who took advantage. For a while, she boldly stretched out her hand to touch his little face. Then a naughty smile rose on her face. The two little hands rubbed each other. Obviously, she was very interested in it. Is this it? Bully yourself to death. Jiang Nan was really curious. It seems that it can be easily solved with just one scissor cut. It's not a big deal. It made her feel so painful. Suddenly Jiang Bai opened his eyes and grabbed the other party's mischievous hand. Senior sister, this is not fun. Junior brother will take you to have fun. Jiang Nan wanted to refuse in a panic, but found that one of her legs was grabbed. She was originally slender, and even her body was very flexible. She could even dance all the extreme dance postures. That slender beautiful leg was even more flexible and directly crossed over her shoulders. Come again. Jiang Nan exclaimed. The little hand angrily beat Jiang Bai's chest to express her displeasure. This bastard is so endless. It's really too hateful. Really don't care about her feelings at all. As long as you haven't checked out. Then now he is the man who loves her the most in the world. Senior sister. Junior brother has to go for a morning run in the morning. Jiang Bai smiled evilly. Jiang Bai was not polite when he hugged the senior sister's slender waist. The hot air blew into Jiang Nan's ear and said, Dear, don't you love me? I love you very much. This call of dear directly hit her heart, and instantly made her feverish. Then, I love you too. Jiang Nan answered foolishly. Her body softened all of a sudden. She lay down flat, fully showing her proud figure, peerless and alone, in the face of Jiang Nan's puzzled expression. Jiang Bai let go of his hand. Dear. You have to have your own dignity. You can't let me bully you like this. You are a senior sister. Jiang Nan Nan, who had already been in a bad mood, hearing this, she instantly rose up with infinite power again. Yes, she is an adult. This is so undignified. So he pushed Jiang Bai down with his backhand. He sat on him quite boldly. She said in a very tough tone, "Since you said so. Then I won't be polite." That the two of them didn't eat anything for the whole day. In the end, Jiang Nan Nan was crying, the two of them rested. As for being hungry, just bear it. Jiang Nan Nan is even easier to deal with, she has a good appetite and can be fed quickly, her cheeks swell after a little bit, it ends with tears. The morning of the 5th day. The two of them dressed properly and finally walked out of this place. Jiang Bai stretched his body for the first time in a long time and breathed the fresh air outside. Feel the beauty of life. I haven't seen the sun for 5 days. I feel a little flaky. Jiang Nan Nan couldn't help but roll her eyes at her. Jiang Bai joked, "It's because the senior sister is too good. Not as good as you." She was too lazy to pay attention to her, she was afraid that she would be caught again. If she had another 5 days, she would die in bed. Then, senior sister, we'll see each other later. Yes, junior brother, see you at the beginning of the school term. As the saying goes, you won't recognize anyone until you pull up your pants. Jiang Bai didn't know if he would see her again in the future. Should he take her with him? Forget it, maybe he could meet her again in the future if he is destined to do so. Not everyone wants to leave Shrek Academy, the #1 academy on the continent, not to mention Jiang Nan Nan, a commoner, who finally got close to Shrek Academy and suffered a lot in the process. But he still planted a grass in Jiang Nanan's body out of worry, with the blue-silver emperor. He could know any information wherever there was blue-silver grass, that's why Jiang Bai didn't build his own organization. First, it would be time-consuming and laborious. When he brought Huiyuhao with him, he could just take the ready-made Holy Spirit Church, with the great god Alex, he only needed to firmly grasp Huiyuhao, it was more useful than any loyalty. What's more, the role of the blue-silver emperor was really too great. Suddenly he felt that this was much more useful than killing her to get the soul ring. It's not too urgent to wait until he reaches level 70 or 80 to take it. Besides, there is the god test, so the time limit is not what he cares about. Does he have to have obsessive-compulsive disorder and want everything to be blood red? When he becomes a god king, he can make any color he wants except green. In fact, for Jiang Bai, it's no problem to do it every day, but Jiang Nan Nan said that she really couldn't accept it. Lying in bed all day long. It's impossible for anyone to hold on. She didn't expect that her little junior could be so powerful at this age. Will it be okay when you grow up? Thinking about his future, he will definitely suffer endless punishment. The future can be bullied. Just thinking about it now makes my legs weak. There is no part of Jiang Nanan's body that is not in pain. She has fully exerted the characteristics of the soft-bone charm rabbit and is extremely flexible. As a soft-bone charm rabbit, Xiao Wu must be even more extraordinary. Grass. Jiang Bai couldn't help but give himself a big mouth. Xiao Wu was Tang San's woman, what was he thinking? Real wife. After Jiang Nan Nan and Jiang Bai separated, she hurriedly left Shrek City. She also wanted to go back quickly to visit her mother. Holding the gift Jiang Bai gave to her mother in her hand, she could feel the rich power of life contained in it. It is a rare treasure even for a soul master, let alone her mother taking it. The sweetness from the bottom of my heart fills my whole heart, but after the sweetness, there is endless sadness. I became worried again. My junior fellow student was too good and I was not worthy of him at all. Is it possible that I can wait until my junior to become a titled Douluo or extreme Douluo in the future, and become a famous person in Douluo Continent? Marry a tainted woman, when the time comes, she will be criticized, and it doesn't matter that she has passed so many years, but she has to consider her junior. At first glance, the junior fellow student is not an ordinary person. Even if he has no stain, it will be difficult to enter the junior disciple's door. This is because I didn't tell my junior that I wanted to establish a relationship. Rather than actually falling in love, it is better to say that they are playing with each other. I'm afraid the two of them are not lovers yet. Oh, my God, Jiang Nan Nan, you have been fooled for nothing, and you are still thinking about others. He may not want to marry you at all, he is overthinking it. Yes. Why are you marrying yourself? She is not stupid, how can she not feel that the other person does not love her as much as he says, but she was the one who fell first. He explained himself stupidly in one sentence, thinking about how she was deceived on the first day, she was still a senior. Those who were deceived could not find the southeast, northwest, and northwest. Can't you get in? What a liar. She knew that her junior brother had done it on purpose that day and deliberately let her fall behind. I am crazy if I let him rub against me. While sitting on the carriage, Jiang Nannan started to complain, sometimes sad, sometimes laughing. The alluring smile lives up to the name of Shrek's school beauty. Stretching out her delicate and snow-white arms, she dragged her beautiful cheeks and stood still. Does my junior like me? Still don't like yourself? Of course, in my heart, I still lean towards the former, but who made her stupid? The whole person is confused. They have all been encouraged to rot. Even now he is still laughing silly and saying, Junior, see you at the beginning of school, entered the last chapter. The author is not very good at writing this kind of plot. It feels too perverted. If you have any suggestions, please tell me if you don't like it. I won't write it next time. It's too difficult.